I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Now, I am not speaking personally here. I'm not saying through Hedley, Derenzie, and if anyone does share that verse from a personal perspective and claim themselves as the way, the truth, and the life, run a mile, because that is not what this verse means. But today we are going to go through this so it makes a lot more sense to you, so that you know who you are and how to apply this very beautiful, very profound, very sacred verse to your life so that you can see more of what you want to see in your reality. That is what we're doing today. Stick around. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy that you are here. My name is Hedley. I am a qualified life coach specializing in the amazing and powerful law of assumption teachings as taught by the wonderful Neville Goddard. It is the stories that we tell that create our reality. So you really want to look at what are the stories you are telling on a repetitive, dominant basis, because that is what you will continue to see in your beautiful reality. If you would like support to recreate, rewrite, rescript, re-envision, reimagine any part of your reality, I am available for one-to-one law of assumption coaching. I also have a free 21 days set yourself up with the ultimate self-concept course, which is the ultimate story that you want to be telling and that you want to start with. And of course, I have my new book, I Am Money, Assume a New Story and Enjoy More Money, which will turn your story about money into a love story so that money is loving you right back. All of those details you will find in the box below this video, and you'll find all of it at my website, youaretheone.com.au. But for now, let's get into it. I wanted to share a wonderful testimonial from a good friend of mine, Colleen Perry, who is also the founder of an incredible charity called Free to Be Me, which offers free dance classes and a wonderful community to people with disabilities in the Los Angeles area. It is a joyful charity and a very worthy cause. And recently I sent Colleen a copy of my book, I Am Money, Assume a New Story and Enjoy More Money, to help her with the funding for her charity. And I wanted to share with you the testimonial that she recently shared with me, and I have been given permission to share this with you. So I just wanted to read it out. Recently, I was going through a very stressful time with my nonprofit organization where I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to keep our doors open for much longer due to lack of consistent funding. I found myself caught in my usual worry loops, which I know is completely unproductive, but I was full of fear and stories of lack from my past. I went on vacation and took Hedley's book, I Am Money, along with me. After reading her book, I was able to shift my mindset from worry to creativity mode. Not long after I arrived home, maybe a week, I received an unexpected check in the mail from a donor I had never met before for $5,000. I nearly jumped out of my chair and shouted for joy. If you haven't changed your money story yet, you need to read I Am Money. I now know more than ever that I am money, and I am flowing effortlessly and easily to me from both expected and unexpected sources. This has been a game changer for me. So I wanted to share that. Thank you so much, Colleen. And whenever I hear these stories, I'm not surprised, and yet I'm always surprised as if it was the first time, because it just never ceases to amaze me how phenomenal this reality is and how surprising and magical it is. And when we do change the story that we're focusing on, reality can then reorganize itself to reflect the new potential back in physical form. So thank you so much, Colleen. Please go and check out the link that I will put in the box below about Free to Be Me. And if you do feel inclined and you are feeling generous, please do continue to support this wonderful charity. They are operating solely on the generosity of people, and I know there are a lot of causes out there. This is one of the ones that will put a smile on your face, as well as all of the faces of those wonderful dancers who are lucky enough to receive the benefits of Free to Be Me. Okay, let's get into today's video, which is a follow-on from last week's. So if you haven't seen last week's video, I encourage you to perhaps pause this one, go back and listen to that. All of this is going to help bring more understanding to who you are in your reality, the power that you have to bring in whatever it is that you want. You are not victims of reality. Things are not happening to you and you are not subject to them. You are the objective operant power of them, and depending on where you are directing your focus is what will determine the outcome of those situations. And in any moment, you can affect what is happening in your reality. Nothing is fixed, not even a seemingly fixed reality that is happening in front of you that appears solid and very real. Yes, it is solid and very real, but it is not fixed and can be changed in a moment. Every moment is completely pure and innocent and awaiting your instructions. So today we're following on. This is on request by one of my wonderful subscribers. I don't have your comment in front of me, but I know that you requested this, so thank you. We are moving to the same chapter, John chapter 14, verse 6 to 8. I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. What on earth does this mean? First of all, we have to understand the perspective from which the Bible is being written. And in order to understand the perspective, we have to go to another verse, which is Matthew chapter 11, verse 27. All things have been committed to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. So in order for us to understand this phrase, and in fact what the entire Bible actually means, is we cannot read it as something that is separate to ourselves, or as, first of all, a historical count, which it's not, and even if it was, it is so much more than that. It is a metaphorical text, it is a sacred teaching, it is a guidebook to your reality and how to be here in reality. The teachings in the Bible are you speaking to you. The Father is your imagination. That's what all of those terms mean, as I spoke about in the last video. So again, if you haven't seen that, please go back and watch that first. But the Father, God, Kingdom of Heaven, all of those terms simply mean imagination, in particular your imagination. Now, there is only one consciousness, there's only one imagination, but we are all God individualized as manifestation. It's not a gender thing. Man just means manifestation, the embodiment of God in human form. And we all have imagination. So my imagination is unique to me, your imagination is unique to you. Now, it is all one imagination. However, we embody the full power of imagination in each of us. And only each of us can know the Father, our imagination. So only I can know my imagination. Only you can know your imagination. The relationship between you and your imagination is yours and only yours. No one can see your imagination but you. So no one can see the Father except the Son, and no one can see the Son except the Father, meaning no one can know your relationship with your imagination. It is purely and entirely yours and only yours. And that is what that phrase means. This is your imagination speaking directly to you and only you. If your imagination had a voice and it was talking directly to you, it would say, I am the way. I am the truth, I am the life, because I am is imagination, is consciousness. So your imagination is the way for you. Your imagination is the truth for you. Your imagination is the one that creates life for you. Now, if I, as Hedley Derenzie, was to come to you and say, hey, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life, and you believed me, then you would set me up as your God, and you would have to listen to me, and I would be the authority of you, and that is not what this is, because remember, I'm outside of you. Anything and anyone outside of you is not the authority over your imagination. Only the Father can know the Son, and only the Son can know the Father. You are your only authority because your imagination is the authority of your life. Whatever you're doing with it is what is manifesting as your reality. And only you have power over your imagination. No one else can have power over your imagination other than you. You are the one who is directing your awareness where to go, and you're the one who's deciding what you're focusing on. It's all up to you. It's you and you. The Bible is you speaking to you, and it's meant to be taken as scripture that is unfolding within you. So now that you understand the perspective in which this verse is being told, it's your imagination talking to yourself. It's your imagination saying, hey, I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. I am what gives your reality life. So come to me. Turn your awareness towards me. Do all of your work within me, and I will give you everything. I will give you the kingdom of heaven, but it all comes from me. You cannot go outside of yourself first. Come to me first. Come to imagination. Go there first, and then let me do the work for you. Let me serve it up on a platter, and I will, but you've got to come to me first. Remember, this is your imagination talking to you. Your imagination is the creator of your reality, and that is where you have to go for anything in your reality. So now that you understand the perspective in which that phrase is meant to be delivered, which is your imagination talking to you, let's look at what these three elements mean. And we're going to go back to etymology. As you know, I love etymology. Language is the signpost directing awareness, and language evolves over time, and in that evolution, the meaning of those words are lost, and therefore the meaning that those words were meant to convey is also lost, or at least diluted. So we want to go to the original meanings of these words, because they are often the most highly concentrated meanings, and that is what is going to help direct our awareness towards where they wanted us to go originally, where these teachings wanted us to go originally. So the way, if I am your imagination, your father, your authority, is the way. That means it's not your reality. Way just means road, path, course of travel, space, freedom of movement. Figuratively, course of life. The way is where you go. So, I am the way means if you have a problem in reality, or there's something in reality you want that's not currently in there, you don't go to reality. Reality is not the way. I am is the way. Your imagination is the way. Consciousness is the way, which means you must turn your awareness away from where that situation or that absence of the situation is, which is in reality. You've got to go within. You've got to go to imagination, to consciousness. I am is the way. Imagination is the way, not reality. Reality is not the way. So don't go there when you want to fix something or when you want something. Go in the opposite direction. I am is the truth. What is truth? And the meaning, the original meaning of truth, is going to surprise you. Let's have a look at it. Truth, faith, faithfulness, fidelity, loyalty, veracity, quality of being true, pledge, covenant, being firm, solid, steadfast. Now, the meaning that we associate with truth didn't come into it until another century later. Accuracy and correctness didn't come into it until like the 1560s. Truth means faith. You go into imagination and you fix a state in imagination, and then you remain loyal to that. You remain faithful to that. And that becomes truth. That's what fixes consciousness so that it can then be projected out into reality. And then, of course, what is life? Life is the animation of what we have already decided is true in consciousness. Life is animation. Life is the physical expression, animated corporeal existence, lifetime period between birth and death. That just means the physical manifestation where you have birthed something into the physical world. It is in reality until it dissolves from reality. Your imagination is the way through anything in your reality. Do not go to reality. Do not look to reality when you have a problem or you want something. Go in the opposite direction. You go into imagination and you start there. Then you prepare a place for yourself, meaning you go to the end of whatever it is that you want and imagine yourself already having it. Remember, all time is happening now. Everything is happening in the present. That is why we use the term I am. I am embodies the presence of infinite time. Everything is happening now. I am in this state now. You are faithful to that. That becomes true for you. And then that is birthed into this physical realm where you give it life. And that is what that phrase means. No one comes to the Father except through me, meaning no one comes into this reality except through your imagination. All of these teachings are you speaking to you. It's your imagination, it's your Christ consciousness saying, I am it. I am the way. I am the kingdom of heaven, and I will give everything to you if you just turn to me first. Do not go out into reality. Reality is not where you will find what you want. Reality is where you get the feedback of where you're at, and you can go, oh, okay, that's not quite what I want. I'm going to go back over here into my imagination, and I'm going to re-envision that, or I'm going to revise that and then re-envision that. Or if there's something that's not in your reality that you want, you don't go out there and try and make it in reality. You go into imagination, you make it in there first, and then it will be made for you in your reality. Imagination, imagination, imagination is the I am, the I am, the I am. That is your father, the masculine, the husband, and that is what commands your subconscious, which is the feminine, the mother, the wife, which then births that into existence. So that is what all of that means. I hope that makes sense. That was a long one. That was an in-depth one, but that was a really important one. If you have any questions, let me know. And of course, remember that you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producers, the writers, the directors, and the actors in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you and assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. This is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you and for me too. Thank you so much for watching. Please do comment on this video, as that just helps with the engagement. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.